What's going on, guys? Crashendo here, and welcome to an AFK crafting training guide. So it is going to be a very quick guide here, probably about 5-6 minutes long, and it's going to be fairly self-explanatory, but I will explain a few things that need explaining, and I will try and give you my best insight to this as well. So I'm going to leave a skip button on screen if you want to skip the part on how to get the Flamtaer bag or what it's used for. Maybe you already have it, or maybe you already know how to get it / what it's used for. So if you don't want to watch that, feel free to click on screen and skip that. Now, let's jump into the Flamtaer bag. What is it? How do you obtain it? And why do you need it? Now, the Flamtaer bag is basically a secondary backpack for you. It only holds 3 types of items. Now those items are timber beams, limestone, and swamp paste. Now you might be thinking, well, swamp paste is stackable, but timber beams and the limestone are not. Meaning you're going to need something like this bag in order to hold resources that will last you a very long time. Now, if you can see in the top right-hand corner of my screen, I have this thing that says resources, and it says 100%. Now, it'll drop down to 99% in a second here, and then you'll see it go back up to about 104 or 105. And that is because I have the Flamtaer bag that has tons of resources in it, so I can sit here for hours. Now, if you do not have the Flamtaer bag, you don't need to fret, because you can still do this method. You're just going to need to buy supplies from the building store much more frequently. So, if you want to get the Flamtaer bag, you're going to need to get keys. Now, you're going to need to start out by getting the bronze key, which if you've done the Shades of Morton quest, you will have the bronze key. If you've already used it, though, you will need to kill one of these regular lore shades, and you will need to pick up the lore remains. Then you will need a regular log and a vial of olive oil. You can obtain the olive oil from the builder shop here, which you can also obtain the timber beams, limestone, and swamp paste from. Once you have that, you're going to want to kill shades or repair the temple, either one, until you have 100% sanctity. Now, just for the sake of this, I would suggest making multiple sacred oils with the olive oil. Now, this is going to be very, very simple, and it's not going to require too much time, but you will need to get 100% sanctity, which will take a bit of time. So once you have 100% sanctity, just use your olive oil on this fire altar once you've lit it with a tinderbox, and you will be able to create sacred oil, which you can use on logs of all tiers, and you can make pyre logs. Now, depending on the pyre log, depends on the shade that you're going to be burning. The higher tier shade, the higher tier log you need. That also being said, you won't be able to access higher tier shades unless you're using the Grand Exchange, which means you're a main, and you probably shouldn't be doing this method in the first place, but if you're just looking to do it anyways, you can get the pyre logs and the shade remains off of the Grand Exchange, and you can also go ahead and skip the, I guess, more tedious part of this. But if you're an Iron Man or Hardcore Iron Man or Ultimate Iron Man, you won't be able to use a Grand Exchange, and that means that you're going to need to do the minigame. Now, once you've obtained your bronze key, you're going to want to take your bronze key with you and head to this little enclave over here, just a bit north of the builder store, and I'm circling it right now on my little map here. And once you're there, you're going to want to go ahead and enter this, and there's going to be shades right inside. Now, those are the next tier shades, and you're going to want to kill a few of those and get the remains. Now, if you're just looking to kill them for the steel keys, go ahead and just kill those. But if you're looking to have the best chance of getting the Flamtaer bag, continue killing them, and then get a steel key, go through the next door, kill the next tier shade, and repeat until you have a silver key. Now, that requires higher fire making and also probably higher combat levels, so I would try and avoid that as much as possible. I managed to obtain the Flamtaer bag very quickly on my hardcore just from steel keys, so you shouldn't have too much trouble obtaining it. Now, once you have the Flamtaer bag, you can go ahead and fill it with supplies that you get from the builder store, which, like I said, is here in Morton and is very quick. 60 timber beams, 60 limestone, and also 500 swamp paste. It's going to cost you a bit of money, but that is to be expected. Nothing in this game is cheap, I suppose, or free, especially when it comes to AFKing. And you're also going to want to get a Flamtaer hammer, which you can also buy from the same person, but from the general store. It costs 13k, so definitely worth the investment, especially if you plan on doing this for at least an hour. So after you have all of that done, we can go ahead and move on to the actual gaining of experience. Now, regardless if you have the Flamtaer bag or not, if you don't have it, like I said, you're going to have to restock your building supplies a lot more frequently, and it's going to be a lot less AFK. So, if you have your Flamtaer bag, you're just going to want to stand at the northern part of the temple here, where I'm currently standing on both of my accounts, and you're just going to want to repair or reinforce this wall. Now, this method only works if you have people killing shades as well as people repairing the temple. If you have the Flamtaer bag, you can easily solo the temple and keep it rebuilt as long as there are people killing the shades, but other people helping to repair or reinforce the temple also helps a lot. So, once you have that done, you can go ahead and just relax, because it's going to automatically repair for you, and all you need to do is just right-click on the screen once every 30 seconds or so, and you'll continue to repair or reinforce the walls and gain experience. Now, if you're a lower level like my hardcore Iron Man is, this spot also helps you because the shades will walk in the temple and just start attacking the temple from the inside and will most likely ignore you. Now, I would not advise going AFK if you are below level 81, because you can easily get into combat, in which case I would say bring a weapon. I have a dragon scimitar plus some armor on my hardcore, and I have auto retaliate on. And you want that just in case you do get attacked. This way you can kill the shade, this way you don't die. Now, like I said, this will cost some money to buy the building supplies, but it is definitely worth it if you're just trying to AFK, like if you had to do some studying or something else and you just didn't have enough time to play RuneScape or focus attention to it for that matter. So, once you have the Flamtaer bag, you're pretty much good to go, and you can AFK here for about 2 hours plus, and like I said, all you need to do is just right click every 30 seconds or so, and you'll be good to go. Now, for most of you, you're wondering what the experience per hour is, and I had to get the Flamtaer bag on the hardcore Iron Man just to test this on that to see if it was a difference in experience per hour per account, and let's just get right into it. So, on Crashendo here with 99 crafting, I am averaging about 22.5k crafting experience per hour over 2 hours. On my hardcore here, I am averaging 15k experience per hour over an hour. So, it is a difference, but it's not too much of a difference. Honestly, the AFK crafting experience is definitely worth the, I guess, amount of time and effort that you need to invest into this. Efficient crafting experience per hour on Iron Man is about 70k, so this is definitely worth it in my opinion if you're looking to do something AFK. There are other better methods of doing AFK efficient things, but if you're absolutely just looking to pay very little attention to the game and not looking to do splashing or NMZ, this is probably one of your best bets. And free crafting experience, always very nice. So, I know it wasn't much of a guide as much of insight, but I figured I'd go ahead and share this with you guys for those of you that have lower crafting and want a method of getting your crafting up without having to, I guess, gather glass making supplies for hours or just other things. And also for those of you that are just looking to get some AFK experience while you're doing something else. So, thanks for watching, and I'll probably be back in a week or less with a new Crashendo video, and then we'll go on from there as far as progress videos is concerned.